Welcome back, everyone, to Sky Bees. So last episode, we did a whole lot of work. Well, okay, we did a little bit of work with Botania, and we got started on Astral Sorcery, and then got sad about not being able to start on Blood Magic. But in between episodes, I did build this animal pen, and the reason for that is because I unfortunately, I need to farm cows. And the reason for that is because this episode, I want to focus on automation. But for automation, I need a lot of quartz. And quartz I have to get from the nether right now because I'm not that advanced with the bees. And it's probably going to be a while before I get any quartz bees online. So unfortunately, I'll have to go to the nether. And even just in the overworld, this mod pack has some mobs that I've never seen before and are extremely deadly and scare me quite a lot. So I want to make sure that I'm properly geared up before I go to the nether so I don't just instantly die. Alright, but more importantly, also in between episodes, I actually got all the materials together that I need to upgrade those hives into tier 4 hives. Now the only issue is I need to figure out how to actually break them without making the bees want to kill me. Because as we saw last time, if I just use the hive upgrade, then it's going to cause some issues. By which I mean it just doesn't change color properly. Like I think, so these are tier 3 hives. And I think, yeah, they're supposed to be like pink, not blue or like cyan or whatever. So my idea right now for how to do that is to make these bee boxes. Because that can hold 10 bees each. So that way I'll just collect all the bees and then I can upgrade the hives. And then from there, I'll just put the bees back once the hives are like upgraded. I think I need 2 bee boxes in order to hold all the bees. All right, so I've got the necessary materials together. There we go. So we got 2 bee boxes. Oh, yep. See, this is what I'm talking about. So there's like an enemy there, and I have literally no idea what that is, but it moves fast. And like, I think it hits for quite a bit. Okay, not as much as I thought, but all right. You know what? It's also a little weaker than I thought. So now I just seem like I'm overreacting. But the nether, trust me, the nether is always scarier, so I don't want to deal with that. Speaking of which, I actually forgot to mention, so I was looking around for armor sets, and it looks like, yeah, here we go. So there's a lot of different helmets that are like available, but it actually looks like, so traditionally, yeah, netherite would be the strongest one, but it actually looks like emerald might be better. And emeralds are honestly easier for me to find than diamonds and netherite at this moment. So if it's better and also easier for me to find, then I really see no reason why I shouldn't just use emeralds to make armor. So why don't I just do that right now? And then we at least have some armor that we can use. There we go. So we've got a full emerald armor set. Okay, and now while the bees are still out, I got to try and collect them all. And there we go. So we got all of our bees wrapped up in these bee boxes. So this is strange because it still says it's a tier 2 beehive. But in its data, it says that it's a tier 3. So I wonder if that's going to make it so I can't upgrade. Yeah, so that's what I was afraid of. Because it says it still thinks that it's a tier 2 beehive, I can't actually upgrade it to a tier 4 beehive, even though it's actually a tier 3 beehive. And we have 3 tier 4 hive upgrades. I can do this. And yeah, so it's a tier 4 beehive. So a creeper just blew me up. Nope. Oh man, I accidentally punched a bee. Oh jeez. Oh no. I actually don't know what to do about this. Oh man, a bunch of them are probably gonna fly off the edge too. Okay, I think I've broken line of sight. So if I just do that for long enough, then, oh god, yeah, see here. Oh man, they're all about to fly off the edge. You know what? I need to get the bee boxes. All right, and there we go. The apiary has been fixed. So I can safely now put these bees back and hopefully nothing happens. May the bee explosion begin. And speaking of bee explosion, why don't we just real quick finish off these last 6 bees. Okay, so I've gone ahead and made the last couple starter bees here. So we can go ahead and actually spawn those in. However, I actually first want to collect all these bees up because I want to move these beehives forward by a couple blocks, because I realized that if I want to automate this and automate the collection, I need to have some redstone sticking out the back. And I think I need about 3 blocks sticking out the back. And I don't want it to connect to these like glass panes here. So these hives are going to have to move forward by 3 blocks. Okay, so with that taken care of, I should be able to just go around and break all of this. Okay, and I think they're going to go like that. And then I'll have redstone sticking out the back here. Okay, and I'm going to be using yellow wool to do the redstone here. Okay, and with this, I actually have to stop there because I need quartz in order to continue this contraption. So we're going to have to pause there. I am going to put the bees in though because, you know, why not? But that is actually where I have to stop with the redstone for now. And we can spawn in the new ones as well. So, 2 zombies, 2 marble bees, and 2 snowball bees. Oh yeah, and by the way, so I was actually centrifuging the coal honeycombs, and it gave me a lot of coal, like way more than I was expecting. I think it was like 16 coal per honeycomb. So I ended up, you know, with a lot of coal, and then decided to turn that all into coal blocks, and I decided to put that into this like automated endo flame contraption here, and it's actually really starting to fill up this mana pool. I mean, you can see it looks like it's already, I don't know, maybe like a quarter of the way full, which is pretty good. So hopefully by the time this runs out, it'll be, you know, pretty much, I don't know, I mean, maybe halfway full or something. I'm not really sure what to expect here. But, you know, then maybe at some point, probably not this episode, but at some point we can actually start to use it for stuff. So unfortunately, the next thing that we have to do is actually go to the nether. So before I go, I want to, you know, maybe just get a little bit better gear. I know I already have the emerald gear, but I'd like to at least get like 1 enchantment level on it. So unfortunately, I do have to sacrifice 1 cow. And with this leather, I can make a book. So there is a book there. And then now we can use this obsidian and the diamonds to make this enchanting table. The secrets of enchanting. So I do need to find like a place to set this up. I guess I could just do it right here. This is honestly fine. But whoa. Now what? Eterna, Quanta, and Arcana? Alright. I have a feeling that this has something to do with Botania. Because I remember there was something that affected enchanting levels. It was like the... Oh yeah, it was like the mana pylon, I think. Oh yeah, so there you go. So I guess 2 pylons are enough for a table to reach level 30. And they don't look like they're that difficult to craft, actually. So I could honestly just kind of go ahead and just like do it. Because it's 2 gold ingots, 1 mana diamond, and 2 mana steel ingots. And the mana steel ingots... Oh yeah, so a mana steel ingot, I just put iron into mana. Which is the same with the mana diamonds. I just have to put a diamond into mana. So I think I need 2 diamonds and 4 iron to do that. Although I am running a little desperately short on diamonds, but that's okay. And I think I need 4 gold as well. But that should be enough to get 2 mana pylons. And apparently, if I have 2 mana pylons, I get to level 30. So I don't even need to kill all these cows. There's no reason for me to be breeding them up. But I should be able to just do this. So there's 2 mana diamonds and then 4 mana steel ingots. There we go. So 2 mana pylons. And it looks like it says Eterna plus 8. So maybe like, you know, additional mana pylons beyond those like first 2 will increase this like Eterna level, whatever it is. So I guess it controls the level of the table. Whereas Quanta controls the variance in enchanting. Not sure what that means, but yeah. And then Arcana makes rare enchantments more common and increases the number of enchantments. So that is also pretty good. So I guess we should look to kind of like max this out at some point. But for now, you know, just level 30 enchants are pretty good. I don't even have level like 30 levels. So, and if I just like plop this in. Oh, interesting. So this is my current, I've currently got 10% Quanta and 15 Eterna. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Actually, so I clearly don't have a very good source of XP yet. So I think I'm just going to go with like the base enchanting here. Okay, and so while we're at it, I might as well also make myself a bow. Because if I'm going to go to the nether, then I might as well just like get fully kitted out. And like ready to defend myself. Alright, so let's see what these level 1 enchantments can get me. You know what? Actually, I think that's pretty good. I mean, for a level 1 enchant, Getting Unbreaking 2 and Projectile Protection 3, I'm going to say that that's worth it. Okay, Fire Protection 1. Yeah, not as worth it. Magnet, interesting. Magnet 2. I'm not sure that that's what I would have preferred as the only one, but, you know, okay, I'll take it. All right, not the greatest enchants, but it'll have to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some of my equipment away, and then why don't we go to the Nether and look for some quartz. All right, and there we go. We have a Nether portal. Let me go put these stone brick stairs away, and then we can actually find out what's on the other side. I actually don't know what to expect because, I mean, we're in a skyblock world. But is the Nether also skyblock? Or is the Nether just like the normal Nether? I guess it's time to find out. I've got all my gear. Not that it's the greatest, but it is something. So I am as ready as I'll ever be to go into the Nether. Oh. Okay, so it actually is... Oh God. Nope. Oh God. All right, I'm going back. Okay. I don't know what I was expecting, but I definitely wasn't expecting that. Okay, but from that short excursion, it definitely looked like there wasn't like any normal Nether around, so I don't actually think I can collect quartz from anywhere. I think I have to get the quartz bee in order to get quartz. Which means I can't be automating until I get the quartz bee. So how do I get a quartz bee? So it looks like we just have a lot of breeding to do and just like hoping that we get the right bees. All right, well, I guess let me get ready to do a whole bunch of breeding, and I'll bring y'all back in when, well, I guess first of all, when my heart stops beating at the speed of light, but second of all, when I'm actually ready to breed up some bees. Y'all, okay, just look at this real quick. This was really confusing me for a second, but I think one of these armor pieces has like magnet on it, and I didn't realize that that would apply on an armor stand. But I was breaking some cobblestone, and it kept on, like, just, like, leaving and disappearing, and I couldn't figure it out until I realized that it was, like, look at that. It just, like, zooms all the way over there. I think that's because of magnet, but that's honestly, I mean, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I know I said I was going to get ready to start breeding bees, but I couldn't help myself. I decided I wanted to improve this yet again. So now I have 6 flowers down there. Because I realized that I could actually fit more dispensers in here without actually changing any of the redstone. So now I've got 6 flowers and almost a full thing of mana. So that's actually pretty cool. I might need to go into one of those mana splitters and like get multiple mana pools actually, because it seems like I'm now generating mana way faster than I originally was planning. But we aren't really focusing on that right now. I did say that we were going to get to the bees, and I wasn't lying. We're almost there. I just have a little bit of glass to place so that bees don't fly away. And then we should be ready to go once I do that. So I was actually looking into it a little bit. And I think that these are kind of the 3 priority bees here. So the nether quartz bee, the iron bee, and the glass bee. Because I've noticed I do tend to use a lot of glass whenever I make like an apiary. Iron bee, obviously, I need a lot of iron. I literally have 12 iron right now, and I'm kind of always running low. So an iron bee would be helpful, and then I think a nether quartz bee would also be super helpful. Now I'm thinking about it, I think I would also really like to have a redstone bee. So yeah, I was looking into it a little bit, and I did realize that if I click on the dust bee here, so for its children, there's a few different outcomes. There's 10 different outcomes here that I could get. So there's like a 10% chance for a skeleton bee. We could get a redstone bee, pigman bee, nether quartz bee, fluorite bee, fluix bee, creeper bee, certus quartz bee, blaze bee, and I'm assuming it's the same for the gravel bee, because I think to get an iron bee, I have to breed a gravel bee with a sieve bee. I'm only going to breed up one of each of these bees, because I do have the goal eventually to make apiaries for this. Not like these rooms. I know I've been calling these rooms apiaries, but like the modded version of an apiary, which is after a tier 4 beehive. Yeah, so we can hold a tier 1 apiary can hold 9 unique bees. So I think I can only have one of each kind of bee in there, which is why I only want to have one of each of the different bees. But anyway, let me get this sand placed, and then we can actually start to worry about the breeding, because I have been gathering up some materials, so I should be ready to start breeding once I, have this area contained. Alrighty, and I know it's going to look a little janky for now because I don't have any of the actual stuff in to automate it like over there. I mean, granted, over there also looks janky, but I do promise, yeah, it's going to look a little better later. I mean, it might just end up looking like that, to be honest, at least until I get the apiary blocks, but for now, you know, this will just have to do. But this is all set up now, so I just got to go get the bees and I can start breeding them. So I think the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go 2 bees at a time. And I'll probably attach them using a lead to a fence post. That way they won't fly away, and I can also make sure that they don't go into the nests either. But I think my first 2 contestants are going to be the sand bee and the sieve bee. So a sieve bee needs a rose and a sand bee needs sand. So let me go get some roses and sand, and we'll see what we can get from them. All right, hopefully this will happen on the first try because it is supposed to be a 70% chance that we'll get iron. So I shouldn't need to do this more than once. Yeah, there we go. So we got an iron bee. And I believe the iron bee, it doesn't actually use a flower, if I can check again. So its flower is actually a block of iron. All right, so our next contestants, well, I guess I'll have to sleep, but is going to be the dust bee and the sieve bee. So I'll keep this sieve bee here. Since this is going to take so many tries, I think it might be worth it to get 2 breeding pairs in there. Oh, well, what do we get? What do we get? Okay, and we got we got another quartz bee. Nice. Okay. All right, and I just found out that if I click on the bees with the Beepedia, then it like brings up their page and then puts like a little star next to them. And then if I go back to the home page of the Beepedia, it says like I found a certain number of bees. Oh, and would you look at that? It looks like our iron bee is now fully grown. We got a skeleton bee. Okay, there we go. Okay, so a skeleton bee wants a bone block, which we actually can very, very easily do. Hey, the redstone bee. Nice. Okay. And now we just need the glass bee, which is going to be, I believe, yep, sand and coal. And there we go. We've got a glass bee. Okay, and unfortunately my Paxel just broke, but that does remind me that I think I did see, there it is, an osmium Paxel, which has 700 durability, as opposed to the stone Paxel, which only has 256. So that is a major upgrade, and I don't believe I'm doing anything else with osmium at the moment. And there we go. We have an osmium Paxel. But I did say that I was going to get that automatic shearing and automatic collection up and running this episode. And actually, by the way, if I might toot my own horn here. So I've actually made this new design here. I just kind of improvised it, but I had an idea while I was at work. It's actually way more compact than the version that I have on the Raleigh Plays server. That one kind of extends out, there's doors, it's noisy, but this one should be completely silent except for the dispenser, because the only thing that would make noise is the note blocks, but because I put this trapdoor on top of it, they should actually be completely silent. Okay, so the way that this works, I can just show you real quick. This comparator here is actually going to be reading the number of honeycombs that are in, or I guess the honey level, which is related to the number of honeycombs that are in this beehive. And this comparator here is reading the level of this composter. So this composter is set to level 5, which means the output from this comparator is going to be redstone level 5. And now that level is going into the side of this comparator, which means that this comparator will only turn on if it's either at or above level 5. So what that means is that whenever the honey level reaches level 5, this comparator will turn on, activate this note block, which activates the observer, which then activates the dispenser. And I'll need to put some shears in the dispenser. So when I place this here, we should see that there's going to be honeycomb exploding everywhere. And there we go. So it just kind of exploded all over the place. So in order to control where this goes, I'd need to surround the dispensers with blocks. All right, so that design was actually causing a little bit of issues. There was still some like honeycombs that were flying back here. So I've refined it a little bit by moving the composters down there. And then that allowed me to fill in this area with blocks. All right, so the rail line down here should be set and ready to go. I just need to connect it up so that whenever a beehive gets triggered, or whenever one of the dispensers, I should say, gets triggered, then the minecart will go out to collect the honeycomb. Before anyone says anything, yes, I know that this is extremely janky and doesn't look good at all, but that's why it's in the basement, okay? That's why it's in the basement, right? We don't have to look at it. I know that this is not as fancy as what I normally do, but you know what? I don't care. We're just gonna ignore it. So theoretically, I think, yeah, so it's nighttime, so all the bees should be going back to their hives now. So if I sleep in the morning, we should find out if it works. Let's knock on wood, cross our fingers, cross our toes. Okay, I can't tell if any of them triggered or not, but let's go down here and find out. It looks like they did. There it's going, it's off. But yeah, so this looks like a working system. So we've got our first non-craftable specialty bees, the iron bee, the quartz bee, the skeleton bee, redstone bee, and glass bee. And in addition to that, we also now have automated shearing of the beehives, as well as automated collection down here of the honeycombs. So I would say we've actually done quite a bit this episode. Unfortunately, that is going to do it for me though. We've gotten a lot of progress done. Not everything that I hoped for, unfortunately. But that's okay because, sometimes things happen. And I also usually plan a little too much for each episode, usually. I don't know how to space things out. But next episode, I want to start getting into automated centrifuging. And I've done a little bit of research already into different generators that I could choose from. I'm not really sure exactly what the difference is. I might just build whichever one is easiest. But I'm choosing between the heat generator, the thermo generator, the evaporation generator, and the solar panel. And that's unfortunately, going to be a next episode thing. But for now, that is all the time I have for today. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!